Alright, before we move on, I want to do a quick summary on videos 9 through 16 because there's a lot of information in there and I just want to clear up some things. One of the first things we did, we went over to this 000 web host. You should have logged in, got your free account so that you can go in here, create a database. You got your file manager for uploading files. You can even build a website here if you want. But right now we're just talking about databases and connecting them to our apps. So we went in here, went down. You should have created a new database. One of the things that we did is we had to get the actual the host, the user, password, which is whatever you make up. Like say, I just put in password there. Of course, that's not the one I use for my database. And then, of course, the DB name. And if you go over, you remember name, user, and host. If you go back over here, that's what you have, name, user, and host. And that's what you want to put in there. So then we went in and we created a table. So and inside the table we created 6 columns. Of course, you can create however many you want. You got an ID. We've got it auto-generating because that's unique. We know the email is unique, but this is what's called the primary key. And when you set up databases, almost everything has an ID number. So it's just a good practice to get into. So you got that. It's auto-generating. So as you can see, I'm on number 25, which tells you how many times I tested this out. So that was the 25th entry right there, and we're going to do another one here in a minute, and you'll see it'll change to 26. Of course, got my name, my email, an encrypted password. The one says I'm confirmed, and the code says, well, it doesn't say anything. There was a code that was generated. So, and then we set it back to 0 once we're confirmed. So in addition to this constants.php file that we created in Notepad++, we created a connect, which we required the constants.php. So basically everything in that constants.php is available to us in the connect PHP. So we created a connection with a new MySQLi, and of course we grabbed the variables from the constants, the DB host, user, password, and name. DB host, user, password, and name, and put them into our connection. That's all there is to the connection. We did a couple tests. You can go back and watch videos if you don't remember how to do it. But we know that we're working up to this point. We then came in, we did a register. And we basically grabbed the 3 things that we wanted to pass up to our database, which was the email, the name, and the password. And we ran some stuff, and we did a lot of checks, and made sure everything was good. Then we did a thing where we sent an email, a verification email, based on the email that they entered. And so they have to click on a link, and this has a code that it generates, and it's a one-time code, and it basically goes in the database and it goes into the link, and then once they click on it, it comes back over here to this email verification PHP file, and it grabs the email and the code and basically checks it to make sure it matches, and if it does, it goes in and basically changes the confirmed to 1, which is true, and it puts the code back to 0. So that being said, one of the things that I forgot to do in the last video, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that in the summary, is we want to unblock these because everything seems to be working. So let's see. Just go backspace. Alright, so we unblock this code here, this fragment manager, so that we can actually, when we get those messages back, please check your email, or email already exists. It's going to kick us over to the login fragment. So one of the things that we have to do, since we made a change to this, we have to re-upload this to our phone. And let me go ahead and get over here and pull the phone up. So as you can see, the Gradle's building down there. Alright, so here's our activity. So next time that we run it, it should kick us over to login. Anyway, some of the other things that we've done in here, let's see, we went to our build Gradle and compiled. Oh, I guess we should get over to our, okay, and we put Android Volley in there. Alright, we went and we got the same place where we got this at. We got the My Singleton class and copied that in here. And once again, this is a whole class. You can go through it and check out different things that may be in here that, you know, like add to request queue. I mean, it was one of the things that we used in there. But you can go through that and check it out and, like I say, learn more stuff at the actual same website, because there's a whole bunch of explanation on how this stuff works. And we also created a constants, because we're going to be using some of this stuff over and over, like this one here, you know, the URL, because we're going to use it in the login, and we may use it in other places if we need to get a hold of the database from the app. Then we got into the actual code over here, and we did this whole string request thing. And basically, this is what sends this stuff here, sends stuff up to the database, the name, email, and password, via the PHP file. We got to set up a little extra security if it doesn't say this in the PHP file, you know, because we can set a thing to look for this, and if it doesn't say that, then of course can't access anything, can't register, can't do anything. So it has to be your app. They can't hack in there through another app, at least. Well, I shouldn't say they can't. You know, things can be done, but it's not going to be that easy. Alright, we got a bunch of timeout errors here, which are just there, you know, just in case, you know, if you lose connection or whatever, then it'll shoot that up into your toast. Alright, and then this on response. This is the big thing right here. So we got, this is where your stuff's going to come back. This is what they're going to see if everything's good. So, and we're hoping everything's good, and everything was the last time we looked. We're going to run through it one more time to make sure that the fragment manager does what it's supposed to. And that's basically when we click on it the first time and it says, you know, that check your email. See, please check your email. It's going to kick us back over. And if it says email already exists, it's going to kick us back over. So what we need to do now is go over to our database. We need to delete this. Click OK. Alright, so we're out of the database. I cleared it out of my emails. Go over here and we'll grab the phone. I got to re-enter the information. Alright, so we're back on the phone. I got the information entered. And once again, if it comes back with either one of those two messages, it should kick me back over to login. Oh, passwords do not match. Yeah, that's not good. So let's try it again. There you go. Please check your email and you see I'm on the login page. So if I go back over here, alright, so we'll try it again, and this time it should tell me that the email is already in there, so, and it should kick me back to the login page. There you go. Your email already exists, and I'm back to the login page. Alright, so if we go over here to the database, refresh, give it a second while it refreshes. Alright, boom, now I'm in there. Of course, not verified yet. Got a whole new code. That's a pretty big number, 1096009785. Alright, so if I go over to my email, there it is. Grab that. Click on the thing here. Congratulations, account has been activated. So if I go back to the database, refresh, should change the confirm to 1, code back to 0. And that is basically everything that we've done in these last few videos. So if you have any questions, please list them. I'll do my best to get back to you, and we'll get to the next video in the next day or two. Show you how to log into all this stuff using all this information. Thanks a lot.